Alright guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Unown deck. Oh, that was supposed to be more sense. The Unown deck. You know that moment when you are recording something and you don't realize it's on preview mode instead of record mode till the very end? Yeah, I already kind of recorded one of these, so if I seem rushed on this one, I'm very sorry. I already talked for 15 minutes about this deck. So if you need me to go more in depth, just shoot me a message or something and I'll be glad to give you more in depth about this deck. But anyways, we are going to talk about Unown. Now, the main Unown that we are going to play here is Unown Z. When Greedy and I were thinking about the concept of Unown, we really didn't know what we wanted to do. All we wanted to do is, hey, we knew we wanted to make an Unown deck, but we didn't know what it was going to look like. Well, this one is what it kind of turned into. What it does is it says, remove as many damage counters from you like from each of your Unown you have in play, and put that many damage counters on the defending Pokemon. So you can take all these damage counters you put there and send them on the opponent's Pokemon. Well, I'll show you what the rest of the Unowns you have in the deck are, but how do you put damage on there, you say? Doop doop doo, where is it? There it is. We're going to keep going down. This is how we're going to put damage on it. Bam, Blastoise. Now Blastoise from Fire Red, Leaf Green, when you attach an energy due to its energy rain, they take 10 damage. So you put all of these energies onto your benched Unowns, and then you use Hidden Power to take all those damage counters and move them to your opponent's Pokemon and take a one-shot. Awesome, right? Really, really cool concept, but you may be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, what happens then? What happens the next turn? After you energy rain all of your energies on, what do? Well, let me tell you. Let me search for these cards here. I should have these ready first. I didn't have them ready when I botched the first one, but here we go. Bam! These two cards. Energy Reset and Energy Flow. They both have the same effect. You can take all of your energies attached to your field, or however many you'd like for that matter, and put them back into your hand. How awesome is that? So you can reuse it. It's cool that they're different names because they were reprinted so long. You notice this is from the gym sets. This is from Fates Collide way forever ago. I found this in a random box of bulk at the local card stop, or at the comic book shop. So like, this is really, really cool that I found a real one of these. I actually didn't own one. But nostalgia and weird things aside, this is your main combo right here. These ones trying to take weird one-shots. So that'd be a miss if I didn't show you the rest of the Unowns. Just kind of going through Fake. Lets you draw a card if your opponent guesses a coin flip wrong. Really not that great. Return is a great, cool way Blastoise to get your Blastoise back. You can return all the energies attached to one of your Pokemon. So if one of your Unowns has a lot of energies and you can't find your energy flow, you can play a return. Vacation has a hidden power where it says it does 30 damage and then 10 to each of your own bench Pokemon. So kind of an early way to charge up damage on your Unowns. Quick, faster way to retreat. Wall, this is going to be your main Unown you're going to attach to. It's got 90 HP. If you attach a Fighting Fury Belt to it, it'll put it up to 130 HP. And then if you have Frozen City in play, each of your Blastoise's attaches do 30 damage. So with Unown, all you need is 4 energy attachments and a Frozen City in play with Blastoise, and you're doing 120 damage already. So this is going to be your main one you're going to use. Retire draws a card. Unown draws a card. Fun fact about Retire, actually, this cool little combo you can do. Its hidden power is you can move your basic energies around when you attack. So you can move all of your basic energies to one of your Pokemon, and then use Return the next turn to get all of your energies back if you're item locked and can't find one of these. So cool little combo there. Unown, draw a card. You have this Unown, Unown L. It does flip a coin, reduce their HP down to 10. Pretty cool card. Call, searches your deck for an Unown. And then this Unown Z puts 20 on everything with the Pokemon or Pokemon Power, I think it is, right? 20 on everything that has a Poke Power or Poke Body. So it's hurting all of your Unowns so that you can Z the next turn. Makes sense? Makes sense. Pretty cool stuff. You're also going to have the Mew to copy whatever Unown you need. And then you're also going to play this Rotom, which is very similar to the Unown's attack. You take 2 damage counters from all of your benched Pokemon and move them to your opponent's active. So it is set. You can't do more or less. It just takes 20 from everything and moves them over. But it's another good way, not named Unown, to one-shot stuff. Kind of cool. For support Pokemon, you're going to be playing not your standard stuff. There's actually one thing that's different, a couple things. You are going to be playing your 1/1 Claydol line. you are still going to be playing your 2-2 Porygon 2 line. You're still going to play Lapras, still going to play Uxie, but you're actually going to play Pichu instead of Dunsparce and what's the other one? Spiritomb. Reason being is because you want your first attachment to go to your Unown so that you can start going quickly. It's hard to set up a whole bunch of Unowns and Blastoise all at once, so Pichu's kind of a way to be like, okay, here are all my Unowns, we're going to forget about the rest of the stuff, here we go. You can still play Dunsparce and Spiritomb, but there's not a lot of stuff to evolve. Basically just your bench sitters and your Blastoise is the only thing you're ever going to evolve. So that's why you go for this. Just a little bit of extra room just to do this instead of the combo of Spiritomb and Dunsparce. So it is something to think about. If you want to switch it back, I'm not going to yell at you. No one will. It's still really good, right? The cards are still busted, whatever way you look at it. Moving on to supporters. Since there's a lot of Pokemon, a lot of energies, you're going to see some standard looking support stuff. You're going to see a Rosie's, a Mallow, that full art Mallow swag, Hexmaniac, Skyla, Collector, Karina. Teammates, your stuff's going to be dying a whole lot. You're definitely going to need teammates. Oak's New Theory, Trump, Colress, Brimey's, Rockets, Admin. I'm going to put the N below that. You got Guzma, one of the best new cards, should go in every deck. You got Juniper, Lysander, Bebe's, Sage's Training as that extra little draw support. Sycamore, Marley's, and Copycat, and the only weird one you're going to play is Fisherman, because you are playing an Energy Rain deck. Fisherman just kind of helps you get those energies back out. It's kind of weird, because your energies aren't actually going to end up in the discard. They're going to end up on your field. And if they take a knockout, they're really only taking off 2 or 3 energies. So Fisherman isn't going to be as useful as one would imagine in an Energy Rain deck, because in a normal Energy Rain deck like Magnezone or normal Blastoise, your attackers are going to put energies in the discard when they get knocked out, so Fisherman's the way to go. But in this deck, this only offers a little bit of extra acceleration. Moving on to items. Items. We're going to see Ultra Ball, 1 rare candy because you're only playing 1 stage 2. You're not going to play Brooder as well. Wrath, Escape Rope, Blower, Super Rod. You're going to have PCOM, Item Finder, Versus Seeker, Scoop Up, Palpad, Invention. We're going to see a Swoop. We're going to see a Rescue Stretcher, a Junk Arm, an Oak, a Level Ball, and a Bill. And then a Luxury Ball and Computer Switch down here. That's all you're at for standard. Then your non-standard ones. This is actually a mistake. This should be a Retriever, not a Rescue. I read it wrong, and I realized that last video, and I was going to change it, and then I didn't. So this is a Retriever, in case you were curious. It should be a Rescue Stretcher and a Retriever. I like having the little extra recovery options. And in a pickle, you can also grab Unknown R, Unknown AOR, and it can become a draw supporter. But your 2 non-standard ones, you're going to be using Letter and Retriever. Retriever, Super Energy Retrieval. These should make sense for kind of your Energy Rain. You don't need 2 of these because, as I said, your energy is going to be sticking on the field more. These 2 over here are far more important than Superior or Fisherman are going to be. These are going to be your big bopper sort of, hey, I'm going to do more damage again. Makes sense? Makes sense. You could even consider playing cards like Scoop Up. Not Scoop Up, sorry. Super Scoop Up, so that you can play your Super Scoop Up, flip a coin of heads, you get all of your energies back. That's another thing to consider. So, yeah, there's that. Stadiums, you're going to be playing Broken Time Space. You're playing at least 1 evolution. You should play this. Skyfield, you're going to have some bench issues. And also, if you need to kill like a GX or something with an Unknown, putting a Skyfield down and then filling your bench up with other Unknowns and attaching, that's the way to do it. I did mention you play Frozen City to give your Blastoise a little bit of extra oomph when you attach. And then the other one is going to be Magma's Secret Base, so that you can get those 20 damage downs early. This works well with Rotom because it's your perfect damage number. You don't need Blastoise out early in combination with Rotom and using this. That's a deck in and of its own, playing like Rotom damage yourself instead of Unknown damage yourself. Unknown's a little bit more malleable with your damage, because you don't have to do the exact amount every time, but Rotom gets the advantage of being a double colorless user, so you can just like abuse upper energy and DCE and that sort of thing. So, moving on to items, you're going to be playing Floatstone and Fury Belt, that's it. Fury Belt to give your Unknown W a little bit extra power, like I said earlier, puts it to 130, kind of hits some magic numbers. And then Floatstone, we're not going to play Muscle Band because all of your damage is move the damage, it's not deal the damage. So these two are the only ones you're actually going to play. Group Gas Attack, Gust of Wind, Energy Removal, Super Energy Removal, and Dowsing. Your standard Elite 4 plus Dowsing Machine is definitely the supporter you want to go here. Energies, you're only actually going to play one special energy, and that's going to be Rainbow Energy. Deals its damage on its own, so an extra 10 damage never hurt anybody. You're only going to play 4 Psychic Energies, because you need a lot of room for Water Energies. So what you're going to do is you're going to attach a Psychic Energy manually for turn, and then you're going to Energy Rain the Water Energy down to charge it up quickly. That's why you don't see a D value in here, because your Blastoise is the way you're going to go. There's a bug on my screen. Get out of here, bug. And then, sorry, for Water Energies, 3, 6, 9, 12 Water Energies. It seems low, and it definitely is. It definitely needs more. This is much more reliant on hitting Water Energies over other stuff. This kind of energy makes you much more reliant on hitting your Frozen City for that extra damage. So what you could do is you could drop an Unown or 2 or 3 and add in some extra Water Energies for that extra damage potential. But yes, that is the Unown deck, unofficially as Unown Blastoise. It's funky, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's funky, and it may be bad, but you'll have a blast playing it. So, if you have any other questions, please let me know. If not, hope you guys have fun.